Now, so this is a really nice session actually, okay? It's just a lovely session where we learn how to breathe, you know, and it's really, really important. It is vital for every day, obviously, right? Breathing, as Joseph Pilates said, breathing is the first act of life and the last of our life. And the last act, it is our life and well-being. Yet many of us never breathe properly during the day. You know, we tend to, have you ever checked actually half the time probably you shallow breathe, you do this like a small short breath. um you know, I haven't even got into Pilates at all. It's just simply breathing is what we do subconsciously all the time. So when we bring it into the conscious, that's actually where we really breathe efficiently. Okay, so welcome to Pilates Pillars, chapter 3. I think we're on pillar 3. Pillar 3, yes, breathing. So I just want to show, before we even go into any movement whatsoever, right? I just want to show you, I just want you to breathe into your nose. Just breathe into your nose. Feel it go down the trachea, down the throat. Feel it go into the lungs, filling the lungs up fully. And just open your mouth and just let it go. And let's do that again. Breathing in. And let it go. One more. And let it go. Now, so we're going to bring our feet together. We're just slightly apart, pointing straight ahead. We're going to get into our beautiful Pilates posture. So the knees are soft. We're into that neutral position. The shoulders are back and down. The hands are by our sides. The chest is slightly raised, but with the rib cage in check. Okay? And again, breathing in. Fill the lungs up fully. Just fill them up. As we breathe out, lean into the fronts of the feet, chin to chest, and roll it down. Take it to whatever point is your natural point. Hang out here. Breathe in fully into your lungs. Fully inflate them. And let's deflate the lungs as we breathe out and roll it all the way up. Breathing in, fill the lungs. Breathing out, deflate the lungs all the way down. Slow breath. At your max, breathe in. And bringing your focus, physically bringing your focus into the center of your body and breathing out and deflating the lungs. We're coming all the way up till that head is on top of the spine. And then we're breathing in slowly as we fill the lungs. One more. Mind, body, breath. That's it. And rest. Lovely. Okay, so I'm going to get a lot more technical about that breath work once we come down onto the mat. For now, all I want you to do is be careful as well, because you can get a little bit, because we are breathing quite deep, aren't we? We're filling the lungs up, so it can sometimes affect the dizziness. I want you to come up as you breathe out into your big toe joint. Now, Carol, you know the way you have a slight difference in your feet, so I want you to really focus and feel like come into the big toe, work right up through the high arch of the bone, up, into your knees, into your hips, right up, out through the crown of the head, and then come back down onto your heel. That goes for everybody, by the way, but just up, try not to come out onto those little toes. Like I want you to get the communication to that big toe as much as possible. As you come up, you're breathing out. Empty the lungs. As you come down, breathing in. It doesn't matter if you tipple top, it doesn't matter. Take it, just start again. 3 more. Focus. Just pinpoint something in front of you and try and come into that big toe joint. It is so important. We need to awaken the communication to our feet. Okay, that's it, Linda. Lovely and soft in the shoulders. Well done. Last one. Let's come up and let's stay up. Hands are down. Into the big toe. Breathing in. Breathing out. Of course you're going to move and rest. We're all liquid inside. Like, there's lots going on. And, your heart's beating, your lungs are moving, like there's things going. You're going to feel a little bit of a wibble wobble. You're never going to be absolutely dead still. Unless you're one of those guys on Grafton Street. I don't know how they do it. Okay, from here, right, what I want you to do is open up the legs. Making sure you're in neutral. Reach the fingertips towards the ceiling. So let's breathe in as we reach. Keep reaching. Breathe out as we drop down. Breathe in as we reach over. Breathe out as you turn. Breathe in, stay in position. Breathe out, turn back to me. Breathing in up. Focus on your breath, okay? Just focus on the breath for today. Reach up, breathing in. Breathe out, reaching down. Breathe in, reaching over. Breathe out and turn. Stay in position, breathing in. Breathing out, turning back. Breathing in, up. Hands down by our side. Breathe in as you rotate those shoulders. Breathe out as you take them behind you. Breathing in. Fill the lungs up slowly. One more. Well done. Just release the neck, right and left. Good. And right and left. Lovely. And center. Good. Let's bring our feet to the back end of the mat. So remembering that every single time, right, that we breathe. Now listen, just be aware, right, that if you are getting a little bit dizzy, just tame it down. There is no force of breath, right? You're breathing in soft and slow through the nose. You're breathing out in the mouth like this. No pushing the air in. The jawline is super soft, right? Everything is soft and relaxed, okay? So let's breathe in through the nose. Drop the chin to the chest, breathing out. Roll it down. Out into box position, just box. Knees in line with the hands in front, reaching through the crown of the head. Now we've got our flow We've got our centering. We've got our breath, which I'm going to delve into a lot deeper as we go. Breathing in through the nose. Physically bringing our focus into the center of the body as we engage the muscles, curl the tailbone under, arch through the spine. Emptying the lungs fully. Opposite, lifting the tailbone. Where you breathe in and where you breathe out in this Kapha Camel is completely up to you. But breathe nice and slow and fill the lungs up and empty the lungs fully. Close your eyes, lengthen your breath, visualize the spine and its movement. That's it, good, beautiful. Connect the mind, the body, the breath. One last Kapha Camel, always instigating the movement in the mind, starting the physicality of it in the center of the body, and then we move from the tailbone and continue to move up the spine. And coming gently back to neutral. Making sure, I'm going to check your neutral now, so I just want you to stay in neutral for a moment if you can. Good, very good. Open those knees, take the bum back to the heel. Release the wrists. I mean, wouldn't it be amazing if when we started school that we did that, you know, part of our daily activity was either, you know, yoga one day and Pilates the next and yoga the next. I mean, wouldn't that be incredible? You would dissipate nigh on probably 50-60% of the conditions that a lot of people have in the world, you know. With regards to just chronic pain and if we learned how to move our bodies and breathe efficiently from a very young age and to keep it going, you know. Okay, let's come up to the top of the mat. If the wrists are doing okay, I want you to come out into plank. So you're going to hold the shoulders over the wrists. You're going to breathe in. As you breathe out, take the right leg out. Tuck the toe under. Follow it with the left leg. You're in plank position. Good. Now, breathe in plank position. And if you're able, raise yourself up into a pike position. If you can't do that, then you stay here, take a right leg out, back in, take a left leg out, and back in. Toe on the ground. That's it. Good. Everybody in pike, coming into plank. Into plank. Good. And back up to pike. That's it, Andrea. You just keep going at the level that you can. Well done. That's it. Andrea and Carol, continue to go pike to plank, but in your breath. Focus on the breath. Filling the lungs up fully on your in-breath. And empty the lungs fully on your out-breath. That's perfect, Carol. Well done. It's nice and slow. Andrea, when you come back down to plank, hold your position. Don't drop further than that. Perfect. Last pike to plank. That's it, Andrea. Don't lift the head. Don't drop the head. You're keeping the head lovely and steady there for most of it. Well done. And resting. Take the bum back to the heels and release the wrists. Well done. Okay. Lie down on your bellies. Rest your hand onto your head. I'm going to change my camera. Most of you are nigh on perfect. Linda, if you're able to just ever, like a smidgen lower. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Good. Okay. So what is our breath? It's how we live, yeah, of course. It's how we create the blood to pump around the body, because we give, the heart, the lungs, so on and so forth. We all know that. That's something we all know. But actually, it's also the way we communicate with our bodies. It's the way we tell our bodies how we're feeling, right? So I don't want you to do anything. I just want you to listen. So if we're breathing slow, we're telling the body that everything's okay. We're actually telling the body everything's fine. We're in a good place. If we're breathing short, fast, shallow, the body's going into panic mode. And I don't mean panic mode where you're freaking out. I just mean your organs are starting to go, oh, hold on, what's going on here? Things aren't right. And we become uptight. If we're holding our breath, which we do a huge amount, try and be aware of that today. How many times you realize you're not breathing, even just for a few seconds. But it's enough to tell the body, okay, hold on, we need to be on alert. If the organs come on alert, the body becomes uptight. And if we do that time and time and time again throughout the day, what happens? We become just these tense people, who just, we need to bring the stillness inside the body. How do we do that? We breathe. We tell the body we're okay. So resting the head down onto the hands, I want you to bring toe to toe, heel to heel, knee to knee together. We're going to breathe into the lungs wide and full. Don't worry about it if you don't understand wide and full. I'm going to go into it in a moment. And we're going to breathe out and we're going to deflate the lungs as we breathe in. Sorry, well, the other way around. Sorry, breathing out, deflate. On your next out breath, you're going to draw in from the hips and raise both legs up off the ground, keeping the shoulders nice and soft. Breathing in slowly to fill the lungs fully and lower those legs down as you release that core activation, that centering that we know. Continue the move slowly, breathing out, drawing in from the hips, keeping the shoulders, the neck, the chest, and the jaw soft. If you find it too hard to lift two legs, please just lift right and then your left. So what we're looking for here is focus on the breath, filling the lungs up, releasing the air out of the lungs, keeping the shoulders soft, chest and jawline soft, drawing those inner thighs together as we breathe out. Mind, body, breath, gentle movement with full support. Just two more. Drawing in from the hips, breathing out. Releasing, breathing in. Well done. And rest. Lovely. Let's take us into a beautiful swan dive. Open the legs out so that they're slightly open. Okay? Elbows to the sides, shoulders back, hands down. We're going to breathe in here. As we breathe out, strengthen and engage from your center. Raise the chest, raise the face, and come up into what I'm going to call a mini swan dive, right? We're going to stay at a mini swan dive because I want you to focus on your breath. I want you to lengthen the back of the neck. So I don't want the neck flexing and coming back towards your spine. As you breathe out, I want you to take it down. Keep the shoulders back away from that mat and from your ears. Curl the tailbone, engage, breathe out. Breathing in. Breathing out down. Even if you're coming at other levels of other classes, I don't want you to go up higher. I want you to focus on filling the lungs up and emptying the lungs fully. That's it. Keeping the shoulders back and down towards your bum, not down towards the mat. Drop. That's it. And lengthen the back of that neck. Don't let the chin come up so high that you're looking ahead of you. There you go. 2 more. Can you visualize the lungs filling up inside that rib cage? And visualize them emptying out as you lower back. 1 more. Keeping a steady breath. In for 5, out for 5. And one. Hands on either side of the chest. Up we come. Take the bum all the way back to the heel. That's it. Open the knees up as wide as you can and get the chest down in between those legs. And just give yourself a nice stretch. I like to rock a little bit side to side. Just eases and creates a lot of space in that sacrum, that flat bone in between your hips. Okay. Sorry, I've gone way back. That's it. It's just a little rock back and forth. That's all. Excellent. Okay. I want you to come up into a box position. And all I want you to do is go cat and neutral. So cat and flat back. Okay. Just 3 more. That's it. I just want to see the movement. I want you to see your head coming back into position. Lovely. Finishing off in neutral. Lovely. Hold your position. Come back to flat back for me in neutral. There you go. Perfect. From here, we're going to go into our balance work. It's called Superman, but we're going to call it Superwoman. You ready? Reaching through the crown of the head. Now, let's fill the lungs up on our in-breath. As we breathe out and empty those lungs, reach that right hand out, reach the left leg out behind you, away from your right leg. Breathing. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it in. Breathing in. 5, 4, 3, 2. Opposite side. Breathing out. Left arm out, right leg out, and away from that left leg. Do not lift the leg higher than your spine. That's it. On your in-breath, take it in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathing out, opposite. Extend and hold. Don't look ahead. Linda, that is absolutely perfect. Good. Keep that leg away from the leg that's on the ground. Good. Take it in on your in-breath. I want you to continue to move. We're only going to do 2 more. I want you to count your breath work. Fill your lungs up fully on your in-breath. Empty your lungs fully on your out-breath. Center by drawing in from the hips for stability and strength of the body. Don't let the knees touch as they come into the mat. There should be quite a distance between both knees on the ground. That's it. One last one. Keep that leg away from the leg that's on the ground, Carl. That's perfect, Linda. Well done. Good. That's it, Angela. You're doing well. And rest. Take the bum back to the heels and release the wrists. Just let them go. Lovely. Okay. So let's take it onto our bums. Okay. So we're just going to sit on our bums here. We're going to feel where, can you feel where your sit bones are? Yeah. I want your hands just in underneath and sitting, reaching through the crown of that head. You can feel where the sit bones are. What I want you to do, without focusing on anything else, don't think about breath work, don't think about anything. All I want you to do is Curl, like roll down off the sit bones, down off your tailbone, curl your shoulders and look down towards your pelvic bone. And then come back up. Lengthen through the spine, get the head on top of that spine. Roll down off the sit bones, roll down off the tailbone, curl your shoulders forward, chin down, looking down towards your thighs. And back up. So what are we doing? We are flexing our lumbar spine. We are flexing our cervical spine. But we are also bringing our awareness into the muscles that work those areas. Okay? And this is important. I'm not going to get detailed on the muscle. I just want you to feel what muscles, where the muscles are that are actually moving to create. Right? So there's a lot going on here. You've got everything in your core, everything in your lower back. Your hip flexors are having to come into action. You've got your erector spine, which are the muscles on either side of that spine, working right up from the base of your spine to the very tippy top into your cervicals. Your shoulder muscles are coming into it. Okay? It is a fabulous way to flex the spine. It's a beautiful, safe way to flex the spine. Everybody upright for me. Let's take a breath into it. We're going to breathe in and fill the lungs wide and full before we start to move. Breathing in. Breathing out. Roll down off the sit bones. Breathing in. Build that beautiful vertebrae as you roll back up on your sit bones and get the head back on top of that spine. Continue to move nice and slow. Close your eyes. Just close your eyes and reconnect the mind, the body, the breath. Visualize filling the lungs up. Visualize emptying the lungs. Feel what you're doing. You're creating this. You're controlling your body, your breath. You're moving. It's mindful movement. Mindful movement. That's it. Just one more. Breathing in, breathing in. Don't you feel that every time you build that vertebrae, it's like you're coming up a little bit taller each time? Do you know why? Because you are. You actually are. Believe me, that's what Pilates does. It creates space between our vertebral joints, space that we need that's being compressed and compressed. And we are creating space. Okay, lovely. On our next one, as we come back down, you can come back down with more support, or you can walk your hands down your leg, stay strong and connected into your center, and roll it down towards the back. And just stretch it. Feet flat on the floor. Okay, so this is where I'm going to get you to just listen to me. Just look at the screen for 1 second. You're going to hold your rib cage either with your entire hands, like your fingers to the front of the rib cage, side and front, and your thumbs to the back and side. If you've got issues with your wrists, then don't do that, and just use the outside of your 4 fingers just to the back and side of that rib cage. Okay, I'm not arching away, by the way. I'm staying in position. My rib cage is down on that ground. I don't want you to arch your rib cage at all. I want you to stay in position. Okay, so my hands are there. I kind of like to do it with my 4 fingers, to be fair. Okay, so I'm just resting my hands in there. I can feel my rib cage. I'm not pushing in, but I've got a firm pressure going on. I'm relaxing my shoulders. Okay, from here, all I want you to do, as we said earlier on when we were standing up, I want you to track the breath as you breathe in through the nose. Take the breath down into the trachea, the air, I should say, down the throat, down into your lungs. Visualize the lungs as you breathe in and fill those lungs up fully with air, every single part of them. And as you breathe out, visualize those areas deflating. And the breath coming back up and out the mouth. I want you to breathe in through the nose again. Follow the breath as it goes down the trachea of the throat, down into the lungs, through what we call bronchioles, out into these beautiful alveoli that inflate as you're breathing in and inflate those lungs. As you're breathing out, they deflate and take the air from the lungs and feel it back out. It is a beautiful system that we do, that we need to pay more attention to. Just follow your breath. Just follow. Because I'm asking to deflate the lungs fully, you will feel like you want to breathe in fast. Don't breathe in fast. Discipline yourself. Breathe in slow and continue to breathe in slow until you feel that your lungs are full. And then breathe out slow till you feel that your lungs are fully deflated. So I'm going to add on each breath, I'm going to start adding on little bits. You feel the breath, and I want you to follow the direction of the breath. And when you bring your breath into your lungs, I want you to breathe full and wide and fill the lungs out to the sides of your rib cage where you feel your hands. It's as if the breath is coming into your hands. It's nearly pushing against your hands as you're filling up the lungs fully. And as you breathe out, you're deflating those lungs and the pressure is coming off the hand and the rib cage is moving in. Continue to breathe. There is no force. It is soft. It is smooth. It is slow. It is natural. We are breathing wide and full into the lungs. It's just for Pilates. Next time you breathe out, I want you to connect and engage your muscles as you draw in from the hips. So you breathe in and fill the lungs up out to the sides, like the lungs are bellowing out. And as you breathe out, draw in from the hips, engage the muscles, deflate the lungs. Keep with the beautiful pace of breathing that you have. Stay connected, stay focused, keep your eyes closed. Keep one hand on the rib cage to the side. Take one hand and place it above the abdomen at the bottom part of your rib cage and the front of the body. As you breathe out and draw in from the hips. As you breathe in and fill the lungs wide and full. You will notice the move at the sides of the rib cage. You will notice the lack of movement under the hand at the front of the body. Continue as you're doing this beautiful breath work out to the sides, wide and full. Press your hands, take your hands down by your sides, keep your eyes closed. Breathing in and drawing up as you breathe out. We're going to change the core activation. We continue to breathe in wide and full to the sides of the rib cage. Now we draw up through the pelvic floor as we breathe out and deflate the lungs. No matter the core activation, we maintain the in-breath exactly the same. Let's take some movement as we draw up to the pelvic floor. Tilt the tailbone towards the ceiling, breathing out the entire way up, peeling the spine away from the ground. Continue to breathe out the whole way up till you get to the top. Breathe in slow. Fill the lungs up. And slowly down, vertebrae by vertebrae, as you're breathing out the whole way. Discipline yourself to breathe. Breathing in at the bottom. And continue. One more. Finishing off the one you're on. Stretch the body. Allow the spine to arch. Whenever you're done, don't speed it up. Stretch your body. That's it. Let the legs go. Well done. Take your hands onto your belly. And I want you to breathe in through the nose, but I want you to breathe deep. I want you to breathe normally. So breathe into the nose and let the air go deep down into the belly. So obviously the air doesn't go into the belly as such. But what happens is, because we're breathing in the direction of going down towards the belly, the diaphragm, which is underneath that rib cage and underneath the lungs, pushes down into the belly, right? So why do we breathe into the lungs wide and full in Pilates? Because we want to keep that engagement of the core activation when we knit those muscles together. So if we were to breathe deep down, then that diaphragm would affect that engagement of the muscles, right? So we don't. We breathe into the lungs wide and full, which essentially actually is an incredibly efficient way of filling up the lungs. But in a natural day-to-day activity, we of course need to keep moving that diaphragm. It's really important. So in Pilates, and it is only for Pilates breathing, it is called lateral thoracic breathing. It is lungs wide and full into the sides of that rib cage, maintaining a beautiful engagement of the muscles in the core, filling the lungs up fully, deflating the lungs fully. I mean, if you're stretching and you're strengthening your lungs and everything inside your lungs, your trachea is being worked beautifully. I can't go on about it. It's just an incredible way to move the body and breathe and connect. Bring your heels towards your bum. Roll over to your side. Come up to sitting. Sitting up nice and straight, shoulders back, reaching through the crown of the head. Breathe. Just breathe normally. Lovely. Just release the neck, right and left and center. And roll the shoulders. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Just unmute yourselves there for a second. Okay, well done. Good. So we have 3 pillars to compass. We have flow, we have centering, we have
breathing.
Thanks. I just did. It's because I've been breathing so much. So it's that it takes years. It takes years to connect it. Okay, so don't worry about it. But what we will try and do is transform it in depth every time we move that. I know what's happening there, Carol. Don't worry. We'll continue to cue you all the time, right? As teachers, we will always cue you, always. But isn't it beautiful? Like whenever I do that amount of breath, I feel this like I've given my space inside that cavity of the rib. You've just got space, haven't you? It's a beautiful feeling. And also it just feels like this has kind of lengthened and kind of relaxed a little bit more, because think about it, those lungs are attached. Everything has to attach to something. And when things get stuck and like constricted, then everything else kind of gets stuck and constricted. Do you know what I mean? We wonder why we get neck pain and this and that. It can quite often be to do because something is kind of stuck inside. There's an organ kind of, it happens. Believe me, I've studied very, very in depth into the body and the way we're attached and physiologically, I mean. So breathe full, breathe wide when you're in Pilates. Certainly as much as possible, be aware of your breath during the day so that you are breathing properly in some way, shape or form, okay? Does everybody get the breathing? Yeah? Is everybody happy for now? Excellent. Good. You know you can contact me at any time with anything, okay? It is beautiful to move at this level. Obviously, the more you go, the more intense it's going to get. And the more, but we always hold these principles at every single move we do that. Okay? So happy Thursday. Thank you so much for your patience and your time. Okay? Enjoy the day. Bye.